Hey, I'm Brian Jennings, and this is easily the most awkward thing I have ever done as a school assignment. No, I don't have stage fright, and I certainly don't have an issue talking about myself. However, I have to admit, every second I hear my own voice being played back to me, my anxiety levels go higher than most of your pending student debt, so you'll forgive me if I seem a bit squeamish during the duration of this video. Let's go. On the surface, my life may seem mundane. Like most, if not all of you, I was born in the 90s, February 23rd, 1995 to be exact. Like all 90s kids, I pretend that I remember the decade and the culture vividly, despite the fact that I actually have little to no recollection of anything I did in those days aside from running around as Buzz Lightyear. There's also that time I failed to fulfill my duties as ring bearer at my brother's wedding while wearing an absolutely remarkable satin white suit. For those wondering, no, I unfortunately no longer fit in that suit, but I assure you, it was a game of inches. I was born in the Bronx, but my entire childhood was spent in Seaford, New York. As a kid, my parents always encouraged me to pursue anything and everything that caught my attention. Hobbies and interests came and went, but the most consistent aspect of who I was remained exactly the same: my imagination. As far back as I can remember, my father was bringing me home notebooks and pads from his office, and I would obsessively fill them with whatever was on my mind, whether that be stories, drawings, lists, and yes, of course, a few potential Yankee lineups, because after all, I was a 10-year-old kid. This writing compulsion actually was put to good use by the time I made it to Seaford High School, as I started writing laps around the other kids and of course my own procrastination. I mean, I could write a 10-page research paper in under an hour if you subtract the 3 hours I spent on Facebook and reading Wikipedia in between actually fulfilling what I had to do. Originally, I came to Adelphi with the idea that I would become a journalist. However, after having years of having my stories picked apart by editors both in class and in student publications, I lost a passion for it. Instead, I decided to put my old imagination to good use and pursue an art form where I truly felt I could be myself: making movies. I've had a passion for movies all my life. As a little boy, I used to sleep with the VHS cover of Toy Story so much that I actually began to fall apart. Later, I was all about Star Wars. Apparently, I still kind of like Star Wars. However, I didn't realize the power of movie making until I watched Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds when I was 14 or 15, and after that it was over. I spent the majority of the next 2 summers devouring every classic movie I could find, while learning about the different types of narrative structures through television shows like Breaking Bad and my personal favorite, Mad Men. I guess some other interesting things about me are that I taught myself how to play the piano and the guitar. I'm a Yankee season ticket holder. My friends adamantly believe I'm a hipster. I started my own blog prior to taking this class. And last but not least, the greatest accomplishment of my life came in the third grade, when I was cast as Willy Wonka in Seaford Harbor Elementary's legendary rendition of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Needless to say, my pure imagination wasn't good enough to top Gene Wilder, but 4 out of 5 reviewers agreed I completely outclassed Johnny Depp. Thank you.